Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a reading vlog and I've been meaning to do this since so long. I was busy with my exams, that is why I put a hold on this and was focusing on preparation and all that. But now that I'm finally done with my exams, done with the tougher exams, I'm still left with English and some physical education stuff, but that is like a secondary thing. I'm not really into that. So we're going to prepare for our exam today and read this book called You Have Reached Sam. This book has been on my TBR list since so long. I've been meaning to read this, but I couldn't make time. But now we have time. We have our books. I have like almost 15 books on my TBR list, so it's gonna be a nice month. I've heard a lot about this book. The book is depressive in some sort of way. That is all I know. And the title also looks quite depressing. Plus, the cover is very cute. I like the cover. This book was in trend really long ago. So now I'm kind of late, but it's better late than never. So we are for a ride, I guess. So the first task for today is going to be making ice cream and Oreo ice cream to be very specific. I've been meaning to make this ice cream since so long, but मुझे याद ही नहीं आ रहा था कि मुझे बनानी है, तो इससे मैंने अभी तक बनाई नहीं है. But आज मैं बनाने वाली हूँ and it's going to be so much fun because I like making summer recipes and slushies and ice creams and all that. चाहे अगर वो fail ही हो जाए, but the process is very therapeutic. Let's begin. I need to show you this. I have this huge back again. I'm done with 89 pages of this book and I can see that I pretty much get what's going on in the story. अब मतलब 89 pages पढ़ के भी समझ नहीं आया स्टोरी में क्या, तो फिर मतलब भी क्या पढ़ने का. The story is about these two people. One is Sam, other is Jules. Sam लड़का है, Jules is लड़की in the story. And what happens is कि these two people were dating in high school and then suddenly Sam dies due to an accident ही था, I guess. वो इसमें describe नहीं किया है how he actually dies, but he dies. So Sam dies and after that Jules becomes really distressed and sad and depressed. She doesn't even go to his funeral. She doesn't even go to say goodbye to him. Now then one day what happens to her, she goes to the same spot where she and Sam used to meet a lot, and that's when she thinks of calling him out of nowhere. And obviously, dead people don't pick up phones, but what happens in the story is something that is really astonishing. Sam actually picks up his phone. That's the most creepy part. और ऐसा भी नहीं कि एक बार कॉल आया या किसी और ने उसकी आवाज़ इमिटेट कर ली हो. They both are literally talking in the book. So routine ये हो गया है कि she goes to school every day, then she comes back and she waits for everyone to go down from the house. She waits for everyone to leave her alone, and she then calls Sam and talks to him about everything. And it's like how things were when they both were alive and happy and together and dating. I like the concept of the book, but जैसे इसमें बोला था कि sad है, रोना आएगा, अभी तक तो मुझे रोना नहीं आ रहा है. I don't know, maybe बाद में इसमें रोना आए. What I'm predicting, no, I won't predict this time. And the last time Verity में predict किया था, इतना गंदा मेरा assumption निकला था. I won't predict it, but anyways, you get the point, right? So यहाँ पे एक living लड़की है जो कि एक dead इंसान से बात कर रही है through phone calls, and somehow they are able to talk. Now what is the main gist जो मैंने अभी तक पढ़ा? Gist ये है कि ये connection जो establish हुआ है phone calls के through, ये कभी ना कभी break होगा. That means they will stop talking after some time. I think that is the point where everybody cries. I don't know, मुझे रोना आएगा नहीं. I'm not that emotional when it comes to books. I do get attached to stories and characters, but not in really extreme way. I don't know if I make sense, but that is what it is about.
Everything that happens is motivation.
Hi everyone. So last time I updated you guys, I was on page 89 and now I'm on page 289, so it's like 200 pages later. The story has progressed so much and it's getting sadder and sadder with each page. I can't bear to read more. It's almost over, I guess. I'm like a few pages left and then I'll be done with it. I don't know what to say now. The thing with this whole phone conversation is that there are some rules to it. First, there will be always an end to this conversation. This conversation cannot take place forever. There will be a time when their connection will break for good. Second point is that if Jules tells about this phone call to somebody else, their connection will suffer because of this. And now what Jules does is that, to make sure that Sam's cousin is all okay, she urges her to call Sam and finally they talk. And after that, the duration of the calls reduce and everything starts getting a little sadder and a little worse than the last time. Now, the problem with all these calls was that Jules was unable to move on in her own life, and another problem is that Sam is also unable to do the same thing. They are both stuck in this world of their own, which is really non-existing. It might be inside her head, but it is not actually inside her head. They've really got a second chance. So, I mean, I don't know. It feels like Sam is angrier with her. That is because Sam thinks she is holding on to him. She wants him to be alive again. She is hoping that he'll come back again someday and they'll have a life together. But that's not going to happen. That is why he's trying to convey to Jules on every call. But Jules is not getting the point. She is still stuck onto the memory of him and she still wants a future with him. She still imagines it every day. She has daydreams about him and their house and all that, kids and stuff, jobs. The chapter that I'm reading currently is where Sam ka chota bhai James, he is angry with Sam and he runs away from his home, and Jules goes to find him and asks him, what's wrong with you, why did you run away from home? Then he tells her that because Sam hated me. Now the problem with this chapter is that I'm currently reading that James is Sam ka chota bhai and he just ran away from home. Now Sam calls Jules and tells her that there is something important that I need you to do for me. You need to go and check at my home that what's going on, if everything's fine or not. Now when she goes off to his home and she finds out that his brother is missing, she tells it to Sam, and Sam suggests her that you need to find my brother for me and talk him out and just bring him back home. So she goes to him and talks to James. James said that James was a kid, okay? So James complained about Sam hating him. He said that before Sam died, he said that he hated me, and Jules tried to talk him out of it, but then nothing happened. He was still reluctant to go to home. So she calls Sam and then she tells him that you need to talk to your brother. He's in very much needs to talk to you. And I think this is a very stupid thing to do. एक तरफ तो you don't want to let him go, and दूसरी तरफ you're risking him with two people involving into this whole situation. What is this? I'm not getting the story. I'm not really ready to face the end. I got a little teary before, but वो मैंने control कर लिया. I'm done with this book. I had a very nice cry session over the book. Now let me tell you the story. What happened after I told you that James wanted to talk to his brother, or the brother wanted to talk to James. So what happens after that? They had only one call left, and that call was scheduled for the night of graduation, and the condition was that that call has to be made before midnight. So during the night of graduation, after the whole ceremony takes place, Jules broke her phone due to a sudden accident, and that is what broke her heart the most. She lost the chance to call Sam once again for the one last time that they had the chance to. Now what happened was that she remembered Sam saying that only their phones were connected. So that was Jules' ka phone. So she rushed to Sam's house as fast as she could, and then she went to his room and she found a phone that was confiscated by the police at the time of the accident, and it was still intact. So she dialed the number she used to dial every time she used to talk to Sam, and finally Sam picked up and they had that last conversation. Now after the last conversation, he tells her why he picked up the call in the first place. He could have easily ignored her call, but he wanted to hold on to her. He wanted her to know that he is there for her, and he needed Jules basically. So it was not Jules who was needing Sam to hold on, it was Sam who needed Jules. And he wanted her to never forget him. He wanted her to remember all those things they shared throughout these 3 years, and he just wanted to linger for a moment. That is what happened, and then the call disconnects. One last thing that Sam tells Jules is that I'll call you once again after this disconnection, and what you have to do is you don't have to pick up the call now. What happens when you don't pick up the call is that the connection is severed for life. You won't be connected anymore. Oh my goodness, what is this? So you won't be connected anymore, and that means they will be separated for always, for forever. They'll be separated forever, which is quite sad. Now Sam called her, and she was tempted to pick up the call, but it took her tremendous strength to not pick up the call, and she cried a lot, cried. And then she finds a voice note which contained his last message to Jules, and then she kept this message, this voice note with her forever. She used to listen this forever. Then there is an epilogue in the book, which is again a very good part. Epilogues are always fun to watch, but this was not fun because Jules was alone. She was living a life that Sam gave her. She was moving forward in her life, but that is something very heartbreaking. She had this hole in her heart which cannot be filled even with all the good messages by Sam. It cannot be. I cried a lot during the last few chapters. It was a total emotional ride. I'll end this vlog here. I enjoyed the whole process of making vlog, but we still haven't checked our ice cream जो हमने सुबह freeze की थी, so let's check on that. So let's do a taste test. I have a fair chunk of it. It's surprisingly really good. मुझे लगा नहीं था इतना अच्छा बनेगा, but मज़ा आया. So I think this idea came to me because of the compensation. मुझे compensation चाहिए ही था इस book के बाद, तो क्योंकि I cried a lot for this, okay, so I needed something to calm me down. I think that is why I made the ice cream in the first place. Although मुझे पता नहीं था ये होने वाला है, but still I made the ice cream. So do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and bless me so that I can buy more and more books in future and read and make videos about it. That's all. Bye.